Hey you guys, I'm just getting myself comfy on the couch and we're gonna just chit chat a bit. I need my other blanket. Okay. Honestly, I've been moving from like my bed to the couch and back. It's been like the best thing so far. It's just like trying to move and like, excuse me, just doing little things like that. But so, where's my phone? Oh, so I went to the ER on New Year's Day because I was getting pain in my stomach and it like didn't really go away. It started Tuesday night and I thought like, oh, let me drink some water, have some tea, like hopefully that'll help. Maybe I'll drink a soda, whatever. And so I did all those things. The pain like came and went. And then it moved from like the middle of my stomach to below my belly button and I was like, oh, okay, maybe I'm getting rid of it. Like maybe it's going away. And then I woke up Thursday, which was New Year's Day, and I couldn't even like stand up straight to walk. Like I literally was like slumped over like this walking the whole time. And I went to my mom, who was like just coming out of her room, and she's like, oh my god, what happened? And I was like, oh, do you remember like I told you I was in pain yesterday? She's like, yeah. And I was like, well, I think it's gotten worse. And she's like, what? And I was like, yeah, it's gotten worse. And she was like, okay, what do you want to do? So now we're in the kitchen at this point. And, she's like, do you want me to just take you to the ER? Do you want to go to urgent care? And I was like, well, I don't really want to spend my whole day in ER. I don't know about you, but like, that's not really what I planned. And she's like, no, I know, but like, urgent care is only going to make us go to the ER. So I was like, okay. So at this point, like, she made her coffee and I'm like, all right, well, what are we gonna do? So there was no like question about like whether or not she's gonna take me. um and so we both had to like brace for it, like being in the ER for, excuse me, for the day. And so she's like, all right, well, go get ready. So I start getting ready and I'm not thinking to pack like a bag with things I know I'm thinking I'm gonna need overnight, right? Because I'm like, oh, they're gonna tell me it's like gas or something and like help me move things along and then I'll be good to go, right? No. So I get ready, my mom gets ready, we get in a car and like an Uber. We're on our way to the hospital. We pull up to the ER and like, you know, insanity from the minute we step in. It's like so many people. So many people. Like it was I don't even want to think about it. It was so many people. And so I finally get seen. Well, guess who's in the emergency room? You're looking at her. I'm having a lot of pain. And what a fun way to bring in the new year. Somebody comes over and they're like, okay, you have to drink this thing of contrast. It was like a mixture of like the contrast with the water. In like a container, and I was like, oh, this tastes disgusting. And so I had to drink that because they had to do a CT scan. And so once I finished drinking that, they took me up to do the CT scan. They did the CT scan. I go back to the bay, like where the ER is, and I'm on the thing where the, like in the ER, and there's like so many people next to me that are like, one person was throwing up, another person like she had kidney stones. Like it was just so much. And my mom, my poor mom, is like sitting at the edge of my bed in a chair, and she's like, oh my god, like this is so horrible, because obviously like she can see how many people are around that are like not well. And so like even though we have curtains dividing each thing, it's like you can still hear people's pain. And so finally they come to me and they're like, okay, we got your CT scan result, like you have acute appendicitis. And I was like, I'm sorry, what? And they're like, yeah, And I was like, oh my God, like, so what does this mean? And she's like, well, we have to admit you to surgery. And I was like, okay. So they admit me to surgery, and she's like, just wait here for a second. So we wait downstairs back in the ER. We're still in the ER. I'm texting all my friends. My mom calls my brothers and my one brother who lived in New York, whose house I was at the night before, keep in mind. Like, he comes to the hospital to meet us. So he comes while I'm going upstairs to the surgery, to the operating areas. And so they put me in a room with like this other woman who's like on the right side of me, who was really sweet. And I really hope that she got discharged because I felt so bad that she was in there for so long. Anyways, they put me in a room. I have a bed. They like set me up in there, and obviously that's not where I'm doing the surgery. That's like where I'm going to be staying overnight. And so my mom and my brother come in. They're sitting next to me, and then they're like, all right, we're taking you into surgery. So they move me from I think they moved the bed I was in. They like either put me on a thing, they moved the bed I was in, and then they like transferred me over or something. They did something. I don't really remember all the details about that, but I'm pretty sure they either transferred me to a stretcher or they just pushed the bed I was already in. But I'm gonna go with, no, they didn't push the bed. They put me on a different thing. Anyway, whatever, it doesn't matter. So we pull up in front of the operating room, and my mom and my brother are next to me, and they're giving me hugs and kisses, and they're like, it's all gonna be okay, like, we promise, we're gonna stay until you go in the room. And getting your appendix removed only takes 30 minutes, but that's depending on the severity of the situation. Like, obviously if your appendix burst already, like, that's gonna take longer, but mine didn't burst. I was just in pain. And so the surgeon comes out, the anesthesiologist comes out. They're both so nice. Like, I loved the people that did my surgery. And I'm just blessed that like I got a good team of people that took care of me that night. And so finally I go into the room, and they're like telling me everything. They're telling me how they're gonna do it, how many incisions they make, because it was a laparoscopic appendectomy. So they're telling me like how many incisions and how long it's gonna take and how they're gonna remove the appendix and what they're doing to set up and what they're putting on me and blah 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 whatever. And so they're like doing all these things, and it was like a team of women and like one guy. And so I don't obviously remember when I finally fell asleep and when I was knocked out, but I just remember waking up in the recovery room, and my throat was so dry. Like, when I tell you, to the point where like I was like, oh my God, like, what is happening? And it's because like they put a tube down your throat when they're giving you anesthesia and all that stuff. So I was like, oh, okay. So I just remember laying in the room in the recovery spot, and all these people are around me, and I don't remember like much of anything. I just remember that like one of the nurses or whatever was talking to me, and I'm not really like making sense of much. I'm not. And so I don't remember when, but I think I fell back to sleep, and they moved me to the room that I was in before, like where I was going to be staying for the night. So I'm in the bed, and the woman is like across the room next to me or whatever. And I was just in and out of sleep the whole night. In and out of sleep, in and out of sleep. And I just remember I was in pain at one point, obviously. And they were like, all right, we're going to give you some pain meds for it. And like, I didn't think that I would need it, because like apparently the day after I was told, like the surgeon told them that like I don't need any more antibiotics. I don't need anything else, because at that point like the appendix is already out of my body. Like, I'm just going to be experiencing pain from the actual surgery. So in and out of sleep the whole night. And I just remember like I woke up and I was like, I'm so hungry, like, because you can't eat before you do these things. You can't eat, you can't drink anything. You just have to go in there and get it done. And so I was like, I'm so hungry. And she's like, sweetie, I can't give you anything to eat. You just came out of surgery. And I was like, I don't care. I was like, I'm so hungry. Like, And then like the crazy thing is I woke up the next morning and I didn't even touch the breakfast that they brought me. Like I was not in the mood to eat. I didn't want anything. I was just like, look, I'm ready to get out of this place. And it sucks because the night staff, like whoever they had for that shift, amazing people. Amazing people. And in the morning, once they shift, like once they, switch, oh my god, the people that they had for the morning shift, forget about it. Like they were um they were horrible. Sorry, I was checking the text. They were horrible. Like they were so bad and so mean and just so rude, and I was like not having it. And so anyways, I wake up and I'm like in and out of it, and I'm like, ugh, okay. They bring me breakfast because they're like, the doctors come in and they're like, okay, we want to feed you and make sure you can keep, like, you can eat before we send you home. This is before I call my mom. Like at this point, my mom and my brother had stayed up until the surgery was done because it was only 30 minutes. And so the surgeon came out, spoke to my mom and my brother, and was like, yeah, she's all good. The surgery was a success. We're just going to have her recover overnight, whatever. And so they're like, okay. So then they left. So I spoke to my mom. I think that night I had spoke to her and she was like, okay, or whatever. And this was like before I spoke to her the next day, and doctors come in and they're like, we want you to eat, and I was like, I don't feel like eating anything, like I'm not in the mood to eat anything right now. And so I like picked at the waffles, like they had like 2 waffles on my plate and a cup of coffee, and that was literally all I had for breakfast that morning. Like I didn't want anything, I just wanted water. My mouth was so dry, like I literally was like, what is happening to me right now? And so they give me water, they give me the coffee and the waffles. That's all I ate. And then a couple hours go by and I'm like, when am I being discharged? Like I want to leave. And they're like, okay, you're going to leave soon. Because the surgeon had told my mom the night before, like, she'll be discharged in the morning. Like, she'll be discharged tomorrow. And they don't do discharges, like, right in the morning. They do it, like, middle of the day onward. So, I'm like, okay. So, I just, like, I called my mom because at one point one of the nurses was such a bitch. Such a bitch. I was asking her for water and something, and she was trying to give me more medication, and I was like, I don't need any more medication, like I'm fine. And she's like, oh, but they ordered this, and I was like, well, I don't know why they ordered it, like I didn't ask for that. And so she's like, she walks out the room and she's like, oh, she tells the other person, she's like, she's so challenging. And I was like, excuse me, like I'm the one who just came out of surgery, girl. I finally called my mom because I'm like losing my shit at this point, and I'm like, can you please come a little early because like I don't have the mental capacity or the strength to deal with these people. So my mom comes. Luckily, like it wasn't far, so she comes, she shows up, she comes in, and that's when they start moving things along, right? So they're like, okay, we're gonna get her discharge papers and like we're gonna get her out of here or whatever. And so I was discharged at like 1 o'clock. I came home, I showered finally, and like the thing is, like I can't get my incisions wet, so I was just like, ugh, okay. So then, yeah, I've been home since Friday and it's Monday now. And like honestly, the biggest thing for me that I've learned throughout this process is just like rest is so important. Noticing and like listening to your body, like, and asking for help when you need it. Like I'm someone who's very independent on a regular basis, but like during recovery, there's certain things that like I just cannot do by myself right now. Like getting out the shower is really hard because I was in so much pain for a couple of days. Like it comes and goes. Oh, and I also have this cough because of the tube that they use. Like, so I was like coughing so much, and like I was a little worried about that. But anyways, my biggest thing has just been like knowing when to ask for help, knowing when to set a boundary. Like the biggest boundary I've set with people whenever people come to visit me is just like, look, if I fall asleep, I fall asleep. Like I'm not gonna fight it at this point because like that's what my body needs to be able to recuperate and heal. And they're like, no, that's fine, like we don't care, fall asleep if you need to sleep. So recovery has been fine so far. I've been eating pretty good, just taking things slowly when it comes to what I eat now, especially. But I've just been on this couch, I've been reading a lot of books, listening to music, and just honestly vibing out. So that's like my biggest update for right now, but I will keep you guys posted. Excuse me. Anyways, I'm gonna go listen to the rest of my audiobook. But knowing me, I'll probably fall asleep.